Hello and welcome! Today we're going to demystify a framework that is absolutely a secret weapon for so many top-performing companies, but let's be honest, it often sounds way too complex. We're talking about ITIL. And don't worry, we're going to slice right through the jargon and show you how it can take your IT from total chaos to total control.
So, let's just start with a really direct question for you. Take a second and think about your own organization's IT team. Is it a powerhouse, actively driving the business forward? Or does it feel more like a constant nagging source of problems?
If that question kind of hits a little too close to home, well, you are definitely not alone. So many businesses feel like they're just trapped in this endless cycle of IT firefighting. You know the drill. Services that don't quite match what the business actually needs, costs that seem to spiral out of control, and every single change feels like you're just rolling the dice.
But what if you could break out of that cycle? What if you could actually move from that reactive, chaotic state to one where you're in control, where things are predictable? Well, that's the journey we're going to map out today.
Just imagine for a second, what if you had a playbook, a proven, globally recognized set of best practices designed for one thing, to bring order, structure, and most importantly, real business value to your IT services?
Well, that playbook has a name, ITIL. It stands for the Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Now, the name sounds a little dry, I get it. But what's really important here is the focus. It's not about tech for the sake of tech, no. It's all about aligning IT with what the business actually needs, boosting quality, and making sure that every single dollar you spend on technology delivers real, measurable value.
And that word, value, is the absolute heart of the entire ITIL framework. It's the one question that everything else comes back to. How does this IT service actually help the business win?
So ITIL breaks down this idea of value into a really simple but super powerful two-part equation. On one hand, you've got utility. Is the service fit for purpose? In other words, does it actually do the thing the business needs it to do? And on the other hand, you've got warranty. Is it fit for use? Is it available when you need it? Is it secure? Can you rely on it? You've got to have both. A service that does the right thing but is always down is useless. Same goes for a service that's super reliable but doesn't actually solve a business problem.
Okay, so how does ITIL actually help you build these services that deliver both utility and warranty? Well, it lays out this incredible journey, a full service lifecycle that's broken down into 5 totally logical stages that just build right on top of each other.
And this lifecycle, this is the backbone of the whole thing. It all kicks off with service strategy. This is the big picture why and what. This is where you figure out which services you should even offer, based on what the business truly needs. Then you move to service design, which is like creating the detailed blueprint. After that, service transition is where you actually build and roll it out. Service operation is the day-to-day, just keeping the lights on. And finally, and this is key, continual service improvement is all about making things better across the entire journey.
I absolutely love this analogy for service transition because it just nails it. This stage is all about managing risk and change, right? Just like an air traffic controller makes sure planes can land safely without causing chaos in the sky, the change management process in ITIL makes sure that new services can go live smoothly without breaking everything else that's already running.
All right, so a service is live. We're in service operation, and the number one goal is stability. We want to deliver what we promised. But, let's be real. Things break. Stuff happens. So how does ITIL give us a structured way to deal with those interruptions that we know are coming? The first line of defense is something called incident management. When a service goes down, that's an incident, and the clock starts ticking. The one and only goal here is to get things back up and running as fast as humanly possible. It's all about minimizing the damage to the business. It's reactive, it's urgent, it's the all-hands-on-deck moment. But hey, just fixing the symptom isn't enough, right? And that is where problem management comes in. This process is about taking a step back. It asks why. Why did that incident happen in the first place? It's the detective work. It's all about digging in, finding that underlying root cause, and making sure that same incident never, ever happens again.
And this right here is such a critical distinction. Incident management is firefighting. Problem management is fire prevention. Think of it like this. Your company's website goes down. That's the fire. Incident management is the team that gets it back online in 10 minutes. Awesome. But what if it goes down every Friday at 2 p.m.? Well, that's a recurring fire. Problem management is the team that investigates and discovers, aha, a faulty script is causing this, and then fixes that script for good. See the difference? One is temporary relief, the other is a permanent solution.
And that brings us to the 5th stage, which is really the engine that powers this whole lifecycle, Continual Service Improvement, or CSI. This is what keeps ITIL from being some static, dusty old framework. It's not just a step at the end, it's a mindset. It's about constantly using data and feedback to ask, how can we be better? How can we be faster, more efficient, and deliver even more value? It's what makes sure your services are always evolving.
Which, of course, leads us to one of the golden rules of everything, really. If you want to improve something, you have to measure it. You can't manage what you don't measure. So, what does ITIL tell us we should be tracking? Well, ITIL pushes for a balanced approach. You need 3 types of metrics. You've got your technology metrics, is the server CPU pegged? Then you've got process metrics. How fast are we closing incidents? But the most important ones are the service metrics, because they measure the end-to-end experience from the customer's point of view. You really need all 3 to get the full picture.
Now, of course, just having the playbook doesn't mean you're going to win the game. Making ITIL work really depends on a few critical things. You absolutely need support from the top. You need to clearly communicate why you're doing this. And maybe most importantly, you can't just flip a switch one day. It's not a big bang thing. It's about taking small steps, adopting the parts that make sense for you one at a time.
Okay, let's tackle a big one. There's a common criticism that ITIL is old, it's slow, it's bureaucratic, and that it just doesn't fit in today's fast-paced world of Agile and DevOps. But honestly, that's a huge misunderstanding of how these things are all designed to work together. See, ITIL isn't competing with something like DevOps. It's partnering with it. Think of it this way. DevOps gives you the powerful engine for speed and agility. ITIL provides the guardrails, the steering, and the brakes. It's the change management and stability that prevent that incredible speed from causing total chaos. You absolutely need both if you want to go fast, safely. So, if you're going to walk away with just a few things from all this, let it be these. Number 1, ITIL is all about creating business value, period. Number 2, that 5-stage lifecycle gives you a complete roadmap for your services. And maybe most importantly, remember that it's a flexible framework, not a strict set of rules. You adapt it to fit you. And finally, you have to measure what matters to keep getting better.
And that really just leaves us with one last thought. ITIL isn't the destination itself, it's the map. It shows you a proven path to get from that reactive chaos to strategic control. So the only real question left is, where could that map guide your business? Thanks so much for joining me.